There's a name for what he did. But I didn't learn it from a dictionary. I learned it from a witness statement. It took 11 years to build this firm. Every contract, every hire, every name on every site, I know them all. Raj was already up on the scaffolding when I got there, clipboard in his trunk, same as every morning. Walked the perimeter, looked up at the steel. My name's on that hoarding. Still gets me, every single time. Victor was already in my doorway when I came up the stairs, silver pen between his fingers.
Salford contract came back signed. Thought you'd want to know.
That was him, always one step ahead. Diane was downstairs sorting the post without looking up. 7 years we'd been working together, and after that long you don't even finish sentences. You just know. So when the letter came, some regulatory review, sector-wide thing, they wanted to look at the books. It didn't even register as a problem. 11 years of clean accounting, not a single shortcut. So go ahead, look at whatever you want. Called Victor, told him not to worry about it, and he laughed because there was nothing to worry about. That's what I believed. Then I'm sitting in this government office, fluorescent lights, no windows, and the investigator starts reading from a statement.
Can you confirm you authorised these payments on these dates to these subcontractors?
The amounts sounded right, but the dates didn't. Told her I'd check my records, and the way she looked at me when I said that, I knew this wasn't routine anymore. The next time I went back, she slid a document across the table.
The witness is Victor Slade, your Deputy Managing Director.
My deputy. My closest ally. The person I called when my mother died. He'd given them a statement and every word was true, but the things he'd left out were the things that pointed at me instead of him. When I got back to the office, his desk was empty. Chair pushed back, jacket gone, but that silver pen still sitting on a stack of papers. Nobody would look at me. The whole floor went quiet. Except Diane. She just watched me walk past and go up the stairs. I closed the glass door and stood there looking down at a room that didn't feel like mine anymore. The barrister was young, but the way she laid out those documents told me she knew what she was doing.
The statement isn't false. That's the problem. Every fact is real. But what he left out changes what all of it means.
Winning meant rebuilding 9 months of records to prove the pattern, and she couldn't tell me how long that would take. It took 9 months, and while we waited, the contracts started disappearing. 1, then 3, then 7. Clients don't wait for clearance, they wait for certainty, and we couldn't give them that. Raj was still showing up to empty sites every morning, standing there in his vest waiting for a crew that wasn't coming. Every week the numbers got worse. Then I had to start letting people go. Sat them down and told them the firm couldn't keep their roles open anymore. I told them I was grateful for the work they'd done, and I meant every word of it. The last one shook my hand across the desk and held on a little longer than he needed to. And behind me, through the glass, my nephew saw all of it. After that, he didn't say a word. At the hearing, my barrister put it all on a board. Everything Victor said on one side, everything he left out on the other. And when you see it laid out like that, every fact he gave them was real, but every fact he didn't give them would have pointed at him. The opposing counsel saw it too. You could tell by the way he stopped writing. After that, all I could do was wait. I sat on a bench in the corridor outside the hearing room, looking down at my hands. And I kept thinking about every decision that had brought me there. Then I heard footsteps coming from somewhere down the corridor, and I wasn't ready for whatever they were bringing.
The panel finds no case to answer. Ms. Thornton is fully cleared.
I should have felt something, but I just stood there. My barrister closed her satchel and nodded at me, and that was it. Walked out and my nephew was in the corridor waiting, so I put my hand on his shoulder and we walked out of that building together without saying anything. When I got back, the office was quiet. There were fewer desks, fewer people, but Diane was still there. She watched me come through the door and didn't say anything. Victor's desk had been cleared. I went to my drawer and opened it. Inside was the photo from the site opening. Him and me standing there, squinting into the sun. I looked at it for a while. Then I turned it face down. There was work to do. The next morning I was back at the site. New crane going up, Raj out there directing, and my nephew was with him, wearing a hard hat for the first time. My name was still on that hoarding. Same name, same woman who put it there. I built this firm from nothing once, and I could do it again.
There was a name you wrote in paint across a wall you built by hand, and every door you held was open, every seat was where you planned. You knew the voices down the hallway